Why were fans outraged after Mbappe's performance at the Bernabeu? How did fans react to Endrick's behavior from the bench? What did Ancelotti say about the relationship between Mbappe and Vinicius Jr, as well as the 3 Real Madrid players who were injured on the same day? And let's start with the injured players, because this is very exciting. Dani Ceballos will miss the next 2 months. Dani Ceballos started in the lineup for the match against Real Betis. He played for a long time, although it turned out that he felt discomfort in his ankle at the beginning of the second half. But I think he didn't want to change because for him this is a chance to prove himself and play in the starting lineup of Madrid. And as a result, he has aggravated his injury and will miss the next 2 months. This is a problem. A slightly lesser issue. Ferland Mendy has left the France national team camp because he has a minor injury as well. It's more of a case of accumulated fatigue than an actual injury. He needs these 2 weeks to recover. For the match on September 14th, Real Madrid versus Real Sociedad, Ferland Mendy should be fit. Everything is fine. Aurelien Tchouameni has also left the France national team camp, but his injury is more serious. He is not just recovering, he actually has a foot injury. He sustained this injury in the match against Real Betis. He will need a bit more time. He is unlikely to be ready for the match against Real Sociedad, but in about a week, he should be back in action. So, these are the injury updates we have in one day. Now, let's count all the injured players together. Dani Ceballos, Aurelien Tchouameni, and Ferland Mendy. This is what we have learned now. Additionally, Alaba is recovering. Furthermore, Jude is injured. Camavinga, Vallejo, and Martinez. A huge number of injuries at the start of the season. This is what concerns us, and this is what worries the Madrid fans. Are Madrid players now getting injured just from smiling at the camera? How have we already lost 4 midfielders? It's only September, and Dani Ceballos has already managed to get injured. Man, he has spent half of his career in Madrid being injured. This is the response about Ceballos every time I refresh the feed. There is news about new injured players from Madrid. And you know, many are blaming, as is often the case, the fitness coach of Real Madrid, Antonio Pintus. Here's a comment. Pintus, what's going on with these injuries? Pintus, the biggest fraud. 3 terrible seasons in a row with injuries since he returned. Pintus's foolish approach led to many injuries last season, but since we won almost everything, it was brushed aside. Players seem to speak well of Pintus. He puts them through intense training, but he prepares the athletes well enough to endure the entire season. Here, the fans say the opposite. I think you might have some thoughts that you can leave in the comments. Meanwhile, we have good news from Jude. He posted on Instagram where he mentioned the date September 5th. I would like to remind you that Jude has a muscle injury and he is expected to be out for a significant period, approximately until the end of September. But on September 5th, it hints to us that Jude is coming, and that is good news, because we have significant problems in the midfield due to injuries. I praise Vinicius Jr for his actions in the match against Real Betis. He showed great selflessness by allowing Mbappe to take the penalty. This was very important for Kylian. Their relationship is excellent. I like that. Meanwhile, Carlo Ancelotti confirmed that he has delegated the right to determine who takes penalties to Vinicius Jr and Mbappe, and they need to figure out on the field who will approach the spot. In the first case, Vinicius Jr scored in the match against Las Palmas. Well, in the last match, Real Betis actually outplayed goalkeeper Kylian Mbappe. Penalties depend on agreement. Vinicius Jr takes the first penalty, and I take the second. The coach gives us both freedom, and we need to be smart to see how the game develops. As I said on the first day at the presentation, I don't want to forcefully take the ball all the time. These are the words of Kylian Mbappe that reveal the essence. That is, on the field, they will decide who is better prepared, or who can be confident enough to take the penalty, or how the situation unfolds. And then Vinicius Jr and Mbappe will decide among themselves who will take it. Well, it's interesting. An equally interesting moment was when Kylian Mbappe scored 2 goals at Santiago Bernabeu and left the field. He was replaced with applause. The fans greeted Kylian Mbappe, or rather, they sent him off from the field, standing and applauding. And on one hand, yes, 2 goals scored, yes, it's a victory for Madrid. But on the other hand, look at the comments from the Madrid fans. They hint that it's a bit early to be applauding and giving ovations for Kylian Mbappe. The applause for the double against Real Betis is the uncritical Madrid audience that I remember from before. The game is lost. Damn, it was tough for Ronaldo before. He scored 33 goals in 35 games in his first season and waited several seasons to get such reactions. It shows how important timing is when you join a club that has won 2 Champions Leagues in the last 3 years. The public won't constantly criticize you. 2 goals and the applause he received for what he did for the club. Standards at an all-time low. The applause is madness, and not in a good way. Now, let's discuss in the comments how deserved this applause is for Kylian Mbappe for 2 goals in a regular La Liga match as he leaves the field. I think that it was not so much applause as it was a sign of support for Mbappe, who was under a lot of pressure. A big player is coming to Real Madrid, to the huge club that we love so much, and he needs time to adapt. I repeat this in every video, and those applause that were heard at Santiago Bernabeu are more a sign of support than ovations for the game played. You may have a different opinion. Please share it in the comments. Well, now we will laugh. Now we will joke. We have another reason for this thanks to Endrick, but that will be a bit later. I noticed something amazing. The Brazilian national team has 3 consecutive losses in the World Cup qualifying tournament. I don't know. This surprises me as a European fan of Madrid. I don't know what's happening with the Brazil national team. If you know well, please write in the comments. Well, the next match is against the Ecuador team. We are delegating 4 players from Madrid who are in excellent form. This primarily concerns the attack group. Vinicius Jr, Rodrigo, and Endrick are heading to finally win together with the Brazil national team. And I have no doubt that the victory will be against the Ecuador team in the upcoming match. They are offering great odds for a win by a 2-goal margin. I think I might place a bet on that. It seems to me that this is a very good wager for this match. If you also want to enjoy some excitement, mood, and maybe win yourself a coffee, ice cream, or something bigger, I will leave the link in the pinned comment. There's a great welcome bonus where I play. The odds are high. And it's very convenient to support Madrid and cheer for the players of Madrid on their national teams. I recommend it. Now, let's talk about Endrick. Of course, we remember how Endrick was Bobby for a long time. Bobby Charlton, his idol, who has spawned a huge number of memes. Endrick created these memes by giving such an interview, and now new memes have arrived. Look at Endrick on the bench of Real Madrid. What's happening to him? Is he falling asleep or is he just that sad? But Endrick has already gone viral with numerous pictures and a lot of different funny comments. Someone said they had a flashback to 1980. He's already a meme legend. Guys, stop this. Who did this to Kendrick? The guy fell asleep. I don't think Endrick will be sleeping on the Brazil national team in the upcoming match, so we will definitely discuss this match and take a look at Endrick's actions. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Like this video. Also, check out other videos here about Madrid. We support Madrid. Thank you very much. Goodbye.